welcome everybody. It's Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. I'm here with the Savvy Sagittarius November Horoscope. Wow, what a big month you've got. So many planets going into your sign. We also have a lunar eclipse coming as well on the 8th, and it's in Taurus. Okay, so I'll talk all about that in a moment, but just briefly, to tell you what I actually do, I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month, and then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. Thank you so much for watching today, and if you are new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, let's go to the board and pick these 2 cards and see what they have to say, because it's pretty important, because often they work in with the horoscope quite well. So the first card is the first half of the month, if you like. I see somebody with a gold bracelet that's being engraved with their name on it. There's some confusion as to the name. I don't know if it's your sort of human name or your spiritual name there. But gold is something very precious, and it suggests that you're raising your vibration, you're coming up in frequency as you evolve, which is always good news. Okay, so the first card is the Knight of Swords. You'll see he's got a silver and gold breastplate, he, she. It's a masculine energy, but of course that can be in a woman. It's all about freedom and liberation, striking out, but striking out using your head, not just striking out willy-nilly, all over the show. It means think in order so that you can be successful. A knight is, someone who's typically young. It means that there's a lot of potential there. This card usually indicates a brave and skillful warrior. And even if there is opposition, this person is more than capable of dealing with that opposition. But this ability to fly, it has particular relevance if you're resident in the US or in Germany or any country that identifies with the eagle. Even though we have wedge-tail eagles here in Australia and they're massive creatures, I had one in my chook pen I had to deal with once in a positive way. They are massive creatures, and they don't put up with any rubbish, that's for sure. Even so, Australia doesn't really identify with the eagle. It's not on our coins. It's not, So if you're Australian and watching this, yes, of course, pay attention to what I'm saying, but it affects other people more. Okay, so freedom and liberation at hand. Now let's have a look at the second half of the month for you, Savvy Sagittarius, and we'll see what... Okay, I see steps in front of me. This means action needs to be taken, and it's logical, analytical type action. You have to sit down and plan it, work it out, and then the steps go into this sort of large cave. This could be something to do with your body. Maybe you're thinking about your health or your well-being. You do have a lunar eclipse here in your 6th house in Taurus. And so this could give you a bit of a shake-up around your health, and then you might sit down and work out where you need to change your diet, not eat carbs, eat less sugar, blah, blah, blah. But let's see what card comes out first. And the card is the Ace of Wands, feeling motivated, feeling inspired. There's a brand new beginning coming here. This is sort of like the source of spiritual strength that upstairs is giving you to make these changes in your life. There might be some challenges around it. See this mountain here. Mountains represent challenges, but there's also a lot of growth and opportunity. And here on the crown chakra, in fact, there's a lot of new buds. So fresh ideas coming in about how you can improve your life. But I think it does relate to your health and well-being particularly. All right, so let's put these cards here, and then I'm going to make everything a little bit bigger so that we can talk about your horoscope in depth. Okay, like that. Okay, so a fair bit happening for you more than any other sign, perhaps. But first thing I want to talk about is this thing called a T-square, this red triangle here between Venus, Uranus and Saturn. And so there could be something quite unusual happen with your health, or maybe even unpredictable, with the lunar eclipse there. And also Uranus is conjunct the North Node here. It's almost like it's fated, it's perhaps destiny. Something is maybe being released from your system on a physical level. And, it doesn't mean that it's negative. It could be quite positive for you, in fact. And there's a lot of deep feelings around this, and maybe you felt restricted or limited in some way, and this is all about freeing you from those challenges. With Saturn down here in the third house, sometimes this is about communications being limited or restricted. You can't get to talk to the person you want to talk to. Sometimes it's to do with study, in fact. If you are studying, you might find there's some limitation there. You can't, access the person you need to access or the info you need to access. If you're in business, it could mean that promotions and marketing are not as successful as you would like. Maybe Facebook is narrowing your reach, or the YouTube algorithm just doesn't like what you've got to say. I know about that. So these are all things you have to take into consideration, but they are amplified by this lunar eclipse on the 8th of the month here, shaking things up around your routine, your everyday work. And it doesn't have to be paid work. It's just what work you do of a daytime, even if that's just housework or whatever. But your ruler, Jupiter, here in the house of home and family, goes direct on the 23rd. So things around your home start to improve. There's some sort of growth and opportunity. There's some sort of good luck even to do with home and family. So that will help a lot. There's a big surge forward and heaps of planets going into your sign here, which probably will reflect on your identity and your belief systems and how you approach to the world and the statements you make in the world. Authentic identity becomes more important to you. The lunar eclipse here shakes things up. As I said before, you might consider a new health regime that will benefit you long term. And because it's in Taurus, there's some real physical results that are going to come from your decisions. Okay, so important. On the 9th, Venus goes here into your sign. It smooths the way for you to break out into the world. You might feel like you're coming out, and there's a smooth flowing energy or beauty that's brought into your life. People are likely to be polite and charming to you, and in return you're likely to be quite polite and charming also. You may also meet beautiful people as you get out and about town. The 17th sees Mercury come into your sign. The 22nd sees the Sun come into your sign. And the 23rd sees the new moon come into your sign. So this question of being authentic and as close as possible to who you really are comes up. It could have consequences in various areas of your life, especially your everyday habits or routine, your work, your well-being. You could take really solid actions to change your life in some way. There's lots of insight and awareness along with fresh ideas and various communications. You may prefer things to be more tangible than intangible. It's like you want solid results. Mercury also brings travel opportunities. This one here we talked about. And the Sun can also bring happiness and comfort and security. while the new moon brings new physical beginnings that pay off quite well down the track. From the 14th to the 21st of the month, we see Mars squaring Neptune. Okay, during this time, it's not the time to be striking out like here. It's the time to have a bit of a rest, actually, in this week, because you might be confused about your direction and unsure which way to go. It's time to be gentle with yourself and not to scatter your energies too much. We talked about that previously. On the upside, your imagination could be very, very strong at the moment. A big kookaburra just flew past the window. As I said that, they like to laugh and make their statement out into the world, and that's what you'll be doing here. We need a kookaburra glyph to go there. We also, so that 14th to the 21st, just sort of maybe think and reflect at that time. There may be some strange desires or fantasies, which is really good for your fertile imagination to consider. From the 28th of November to the 3rd of December, Mars trines Saturn, giving you excellent concentration, and you might be quite serious about your work at this time. I'm just feeling here too that there might be some major big project that comes, or maybe a contract or something comes from out of the blue, but there's a time constraint with it and you've got to crack on and get it done. But you'll have the energy. You want to focus on, it's likely that you want to focus on real accomplishment, avoid frivolity and distractions. You may feel like tackling difficult, disagreeable tasks or even frustrating work that would normally drive you nuts, but for some reason you've got more patience and self-control and self-discipline to get the job done, and fortunately the outcome is likely to be quite good. The 26th of November to the 2nd of December sees Mars sextiling your MC. This gives you a lot of energy. It gives you a clear objective in mind. You can focus on all of the thoughts that are coming up. You can advance your own professional goals. You've got the MC up here in Scorpio, bringing intense feelings about your vocation. So this does relate to career, but it's more than career, it's vocation. So these are the things that make your heart sing, to do with work. People in authority are likely to have more respect or approval for what you're trying to do, and you feel perhaps more confident, and there's a willingness to take a risk to solve some sort of problem, and you're likely to be quite successful. So a big month coming up, but an important month, and a lot of benefits this month for you, savvy Sagittarius. You've got good luck on your side. A mentor or a teacher could even appear to help you out in some way. So listen to their advice, but of course the final decision is your decision to make. Alrighty, so new things afoot for you. Lucky ducky. All right, thanks for listening. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. I hope you have a fabulous month. You've got some really excellent superlative energies around you. Okay, I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.